Hey guys, both SCC and DMC are massively down for today. What's causing it? Is there something negative that's pushing the stock lower? How long will this last? How long will this drop go? Will it extend for a longer period of time? That and more in this video. So if you're planning to buy DMC, if you're planning to buy SCC, or you already own positions on those stock, this video is created for you. So check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I create new content about the stock market. We're about to hit 55,000. We're very close to our immediate goal of 60,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you so much to those who have been liking, commenting, and sharing this to people. I just have one goal. I just want to change the narrative of how Filipinos live their lives. That the stock market is one of the best ways for Filipinos to win and to trade with conviction. So this video will be all about mining. It will be all about Semirara. Before I talk more about the video, guys, by the way, this Saturday we have our very last course in Manila for Stock Smarts. We're gonna talk about technical analysis up until mid-December, where we will also talk about fundamental analysis. One goal, to help you trade the markets using charting and using the numbers to help you rid yourself of emotion so you can trade with confidence. Now, let's go back to the main gist of this video. Semirara, please remember, the reason why DMCI is down is because DMCI is the holding company that has a lot of shares in Semirara. So, any news, any downward or upward movement with Semirara, DMC, of course, will be affected because it owns a lot of shares on Semirara. That being said, as of lunchtime, we are seeing massive drops for both Semirara and DMC. What's causing it? First of all, before I go through the slides, the main reason is that it's news driven. There was an incident that happened in Semirara sometime last October, which caused this ruling, which caused this negative disclosure that will probably cause a lot of you to somehow stay away from the stock as well. So check this out. But please remember, later this afternoon, I'm going to make another video where I'm going to focus on the charts as well. If you guys want me to talk about the charts of both DMC and SCC, just comment them below and then I'll try to make another video off of it. But for DMCI, I've posted something just recently showing that DMCI, even prior to this news, is still pretty much on a downtrend. DMCI, regardless of this news, is still pretty much bearish as well. But I hope you learned a lot from this. Comment avoid SCC if you don't want to buy it based on this. Comment avoid DMC also if you're not gonna buy it based on this. But comment at any point of the video SCC or DMC if you want to buy it because you're thinking that things will turn around, that you think that the company will make it better, that this momentary downward movement should be a cause for you to buy and not panic as well. So off we go with this presentation. As you all know, I've mentioned this on the top of the video that Semirara is massively down. Just as of 11:10 today, as of the price movement, Semirara is at 21.30, it's down 8.97%. DMC is at 7.13, down 6.43%. Please do note also, as what I've mentioned on the top of the video, that DMC has been in a downtrend already prior to this. Please also do note that DMC disclosed that its earnings contributed to the company is not as positive as what a lot of people wanted it to be. So that's causing a drag to DMC. Plus this item where Semirara is down 8.97% is also causing a drag to DMC as well. So what exactly is causing Semirara to be down? Based on what I've seen, there's two main reasons on it. They're not really positive. They're not really something that as an investor you're supposed to be excited about, because at the end of the day, Semirara will lose money off of this. Reason number one, there was a mud flow just more than a month ago that caused Semirara to close the coal mining facility. So the thing about that, when you close a coal mining facility, is number one, you still incur your operational expenses. You the things that you need to operate are still there. You still incur a cost, and at the end of the day, you don't make money because the mine site is closed. You only make money as you get more coal and you get to ship that and you get to sell that. So them being closed means that they cannot they lose a month's worth of earning capacity for them. And for a company to lose that much, that for them to be closed for a month, that's a big deal already. So the mud flow happened last month. It was October 2, 2019. The main cause the main cause of the government causing them to be closed is that because there's an apparent risk for Cassie Lake and the Mulavi pit. What do I mean by this? There's the assessment was close it first because of what happened last October. It may there's a potential risk that it may happen again. So this is some sort of a preventive measure also, so that it won't happen over the course of the next months as well. So there, as of this point, also they've been ordered to do some geohazard assessment to be done in all of the mining areas as well. So if it turns out positive and then Semirara gets to comply with everything, they get to open again. So they will. Please remember, Semirara is a good company run by good people. So this is just a setback also for them, but a very, very costly setback also. And I keep reiterating it. This is something that will have an impact on their financial statement. This is something that will have an impact on how high their profits will be. That being said, also there's a lot of notion that DMCI's dividend yield ratio is higher now because the stock price, or Semirara's dividend yield ratio will be higher now because the stock price is lower. However, what people need to consider also is this: since it's lower, and since it may impact their earnings, the yield for the earnings for next year might be not as high, not as attractive, and it may impact also their ability to give out dividends. Hence, the dividend yield might not be as high for next year. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, because of that though, all the mining operations are currently suspended, as what I've mentioned on the top of the video. Them being suspended is not good for them from a news and sentiment standpoint. Also, aside from it not being good from a news and sentiment standpoint, this is also not good for them from an earnings perspective as well. That's the first reason. So by the way, I have two reasons for this. I posted two reasons on what's causing the push downward for both Semirara and DMCI. Reason number two is that Semirara has been fined 1.735 million pesos, and part of that also they're suspended for a month. This is primarily because Semirara violated Section 2, Section 7.2 of the circular, meaning Semirara did coal trading with gold anchorage and uncredited coal trader. What does this mean, and what does this have to do with the grand scheme of things? Please do note that there are very, very, very strict rules for mining. That once they're broken, penalties will be charged. That being said, when this rules have been broken, also it's not just money that will be traded off, that the company needs to shell out money for everything that they have violated, but also it will cost them the right to operate, or they will be suspended for a given amount of time. And for Semirara, it's a month. What happened actually was this: Semirara coal supplied 4,768.73 metric tons to Gold Anchorage on its May 23 shipment as a trial. Gold Anchorage is something that's not they're basically not accredited. From what I know, they filed for accreditation last April, but they were rejected. So that being said, this disclosure put Semirara in a position where they did a transaction with a company that they were not supposed to deal with. They did a transaction for a company that they were not supposed to actually transact with. That being said, that's where the slapping of the fees are, and that's where the closure also would go. So that being said, the stock price is lower. It's much lower, especially also for DMC. If you would compare the charts, I'm gonna make a stock chart video later this afternoon, probably doing both DMC and Semirara. prior to this, Semirara was relatively sideways. It wasn't really having a long and strong bullish movement upward, but it was relatively sideways as compared to DMC that was going down as well. That's why following the trend is very, very important. Please remember that a stock that's down does not mean it's cheap. Please remember, a stock that's low does not mean that it's very, very attractive to buy. You have to buy it based on prudence. You have to buy it based on what your analysis are telling you. So comment below. I wanna know what you guys think about this. Are you buying it and just waiting, thinking that somehow, some way, Semirara will come back later on, also DMC, or are you staying away from this first and waiting until all of the dust will settle and you see the stock start to reverse and start to go up, and that's where you start coming in? Or are you the one that you're okay already, you will be satisfied with the dividends as well? Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Comment them below. And please send in your questions, as I'm going to make a video about DMC and SEC also later. So, there. So, did you guys learn a lot from this video? I hope you did, because that's just my main goal, to educate you and to give you enough information so you can trade the markets with confidence. Because all I want is for you guys to just keep on winning. And I hope that this video gave you enough insights, enough information, so that you get to decide on your own. Later on this afternoon, please remember, I'm going to make the charts for both Semirara and DMC. Or if you have other charts that you want me to analyze as well, I'm going to post them later on tonight. It's going to come out around 7 or 8 p.m. Tonight, after I get to see the charts for what they are as well. So one thing that I'd like to post to everyone also is this: movements like this happen. This happens also in cycles, especially for mining companies. There will be some issues where there will be some flooding. There will be which will cause them later on to be closed as well. You have to know this as a trader or as an investor, that this is part of the game. If you know that this is part of the game, you need to have a battle plan when things like this happen. Either you sell, stay away, stay in the sidelines, or you buy some more based on what your conviction is. But at the end of the day, an informed decision is the best decision that you could ever make, because at the end of the day also, it's your money, it's your responsibility. You have to take action based on what suits your risk. You have to take action based on what suits your ability to win over the long term. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. See you all this Saturday for Stock Smarts Manila, where we will talk about technical analysis. So I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.